Hey everybody, welcome back. Uh, I said I wanted to do a quick little re-review of English Laundry London. Um, love the presentation on English Laundry stuff, and that's why I'm doing a re-review. Uh, when I reviewed it like 2.5 years ago, can't believe it's been that long. Fanboyed all over it because I love Aventus and I love English Laundry. It was like, peanut butter and chocolate coming together, right? It was delicious. But I am willing to admit when I am wrong. I'm man enough to do that. But 1 second, I gotta adjust this camera a bit. Just a little better. Man enough to admit when I was wrong. And I was wrong. Not in the smell or anything. It just, the performance really was the reason I want it. I want to redo a lot of my stuff because taste changed too. It's been some of these things 3 years. Your taste can change. Stuff I liked a couple years ago, I don't like now. Stuff I didn't like a couple years ago, I like now. So I'm going to do some re-reviews here and there. I hope you like them. I don't think they'll be redundant because I'm not re-reviewing something just to re-review it. It's going to be for some reason. Whether my taste change or I'm picking up something I didn't pick up in the first place, blah, 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 blah. Or like this, rose-colored glasses, right? Blinded by fanboyism. I think y'all know that English Laundry is, I love the house. It's a hit or miss house. I'll admit to that. And it's, again, like, not necessarily a clone house, but they've got a couple out. 3 of them that I can think of right away. This being Aventus, Cambridge Night being Invictus Aqua, and Oxford Blue being a clone of Versace Arrows. The previous 2, not this one, are, I wouldn't call them clones so much as heavily inspired by, because they do have some differences, some big differences. But for the most part, they're both pretty, they know what they're doing. This one, same kind of thing. It's definitely heavily inspired by Aventus, but not a complete dupe. This one is greener, sharper, not a lot of smokiness in it. I'll do the thing that I do and then I'll talk about it. English Laundry London, released 2018. Chords are fruity, sweet, woody, fresh, spicy, aromatic, fresh, mossy, earthy, musky, citrus. Man, they put a lot of chords in this shit. Top notes, pineapple, blackberry, and apple. Mid is juniper, bergamot, patchouli, and ambergris. Probably ambroxan or some form of other aroma molecule. Can't imagine it's ambergris. Base is oak moss, musk, jasmine, and vanilla. Okay, that's the bottle. Y'all seen the bottle. I love English Laundry's presentation. It's definitely an Aventus vibe. Off the top, you get the pineapple right away. That's just the way it is. You get the blackberry. It's not so much the smell you're in the blackberry you're getting. It gives this pineapple a very juicy, juicy feel, like a juicy smell. It's a very juicy pineapple. And the apple isn't so much sweet. This isn't sweet off the top. But then again, Aventus is sweeter than this, but Aventus itself isn't sweet off the top. The apple in this is more of a green apple, giving it some tart. So it's juicy, it's tart, it's pineapple. Very nice. The juniper comes, I know they say it's in the mid, but it's kind of through the mid, the top and the mid. The juniper is giving it, you can smell it. It's giving it that juniper sharpness. Very loud. Boom. I don't pick up on a lot of bergamot, but it's probably there. Patchouli comes in a little later. Like I said, the top to me is pineapple, blueberry, blackberry, apple, and that juniper. The problem is longevity with this. I fanboyed all over it, like I said. I tricked myself into thinking it was lasting forever. I said, how do you do that? How do you do that? I'll tell you how. Because it does last a good 7 or 8 hours. But after an hour, you can't smell it unless you dig in there. I mean, really get in there. The scent, while still Aventus-like, is very, very light. It's comparable to, in its performance, a body spray, an Axe body spray, where you spray them on and they're super loud for like 15-20 minutes. Then they almost go away, and you have to, and they're still on for a couple hours, but you got to dig in. You know what I mean? You've all had Axe body spray. That's what this performance is similar like to me. Because the first half hour, 40 minutes, especially the first 20 minutes, but about 40 minutes, but that first 20 minutes, this is loud, very loud, because of the sharpness of the juniper and the sourness of the green apple and the blueberry, or I keep saying blueberry, blackberry and pineapple, sweet tart, and not overly sweet, like I said, but it's got a tiny bit of sweetness. It's fruit. That sweet tart, loud fruits just pop off the skin. And like I said, for the first 15 minutes or so, it's extremely loud. Then for another 10 or 15 minutes, it projects pretty good, but then it does something like them body sprays and just kind of goes, sits. I mean, I can't smell it on myself. Now people say, oh, so you're going nose blind to it. It'll last forever. No, I'm not. I'll tell you how I know. I was wearing it today. I took Sadie for a walk. And run into a neighbor friend of mine. And told her, oh, I just bought this new cologne. What do you think of it? Kind of lied, but she don't know what I'm into it and want to explain the whole thing to her. It's just easier to say, hey, I bought a cologne. What do you think of it? And I had it on for about an hour and a half, and my skin was perfect. I was out of the shower. Pores were open. Skin was clean. I even used the body wash to layer it. She got in and I can't really smell anything, she says. I said, well, give it a little, only put a little bit on. Give it a little, I just wanted to see if you like it. What somebody thinks of it. So she, and I had it on my hand. So smell it. Because we still got to keep 6 feet apart. And I'm not 6 feet away. But she lives by herself, and she's a little older, and she don't go nowhere. I'm pretty sure I'm safe. I want to have her smell it. And so she was, she's like, okay, yeah, it smells nice, but it's very, very soft. She really had to get in it. And I laid it on, too. Like, I put on, 5 or 6 sprays on each arm because I was testing it, you know what I mean? And she could barely smell it. And I had another 10 sprays all over my body. Like a body spray, I went And that's after putting 3 or 4 sprays of it on my moisturizer. An hour and a half later, she could smell it. She said it smelled good, but very soft. She actually liked that. She said it, she's an older lady, not super old. She'd be late 50s. She doesn't like men's cologne, she said. It's like, oh, you're lucky you don't come to my house. But in all fairness, I think she doesn't like it because all the dudes she's known over her life have probably just over applied shit and only worn fucking Old Spice. So, yeah. So anyway, that's how I know it's just not nasal fatigue or whatever, olfactory fatigue. This shit, the smell is very Aventus. So more of, like I said, a green, slightly spicier version of Aventus. But the Aventus, it's there. You smell this shit, oh, they're copying Aventus. You know it right away. Boom. And to people, I know some people think I don't like Aventus. I love Aventus. Always have. I remember getting small decants the first year it came out. Fell in love with it instantly. It was a great scent. Still, at the even then I thought it was overpriced though. Because it kind of smells designerish. Not niche, beautiful scent, but didn't smell like it should have been $300 some, which is what it was back then. I don't know how much it is now. It's probably the same price. Anyway, love Aventus, beautiful scent, definitely overhyped and overpriced. That's all I'm saying about that. And I love English Laundry, like I said. So the two come together, we're like, but no. Smells incredible. Performance is lacking. 3 hours max for any kind of, 3 hours, that's too much. 2 hours max, because it was an hour and a half. Yeah, so about 2 hours max for anybody to be able to really kind of smell it on you. Hour and a half, 2 hours. Then they've got to dig deep, just like a body spray. And that's unfortunate. But it's on you for a good 8 or 9 hours. It's just, basically somebody's got to come up and put their nose right there or wherever you're wearing it, and you get a smell of it, which could be good, I suppose, like she said, but they just made it a wee bit stronger. And it's weird because it's an eau de parfum concentration. It just don't seem to perform for me. Yeah, like I said, it's like a body spray. Real good for a half hour, then kind of almost disappears. But the price is where this one is definitely good for the price. It's the cheapest Aventus clone other than the garbage one I got from, sorry, I couldn't remember what it was. It was Preferred Stock. Preferred Fragrance. The garbage one I got from Preferred Fragrance. It's definitely the cheapest one. You can pick this up at Winners here in Canada. Like I said, I got this set for $19, and it came with a little travel travel one I've already used. $19. That being said, I haven't smelled every Aventus inspired by or clone. Of course not. But the ones I have smelled, if you ask me, I would go with either Club de Nuit or Mont Blanc Explorer, but they're a little more money. Club de Nuit is about twice the amount of this. Mont Blanc's twice the amount, and then a little bit more than that. But they perform so much better. They project, they last longer. Do they smell better? I don't know, because all three of them are different enough. Like I said, this is, and I'm not getting into Aventus batches, that's ridiculous shit. But this one is a sharper, greener type play on Aventus. Whereas I find Club de Nuit is again, a more lemony, smoky take on Aventus, whereas Mont Blanc is just a nice, musky take on Aventus, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. So all three of them are different. The one I probably like the best is probably Mont Blanc. I like that smell the best. This would be the second one I like the best, the smell. And the third would be the Club de Nuit. But they're all so similar, it doesn't really matter. That being said, I haven't smelled L'Aventure. Yes, I have. Yes. I don't remember what that one's like. But, you know, it's a little more money than this one. But I haven't smelled the Lamani clone yet. The Insurrection. I think it's Insurrection Pure. I haven't smelled that one yet. And that's about the same price. Going just by the couple of Lamanis I own, if that's any indication, then that one is definitely better than this one in performance. Not quite smell, maybe, but performance. So you might want to go with that one. But if you're looking for one about $20, there's nothing wrong with it. You're just going to reapply. That's all. But have like 5 bottles like I do. That's right. I love English laundry. So that's it, guys. Just a re-review. I wanted to correct the mistakes of my past. I don't want you guys buying something based on one of my reviews and it being completely just fanboyed over. So if you like slightly greener Aventus and you don't mind that you're going to have to reapply at least every 2-3 hours at least, then yeah, it's worth it. I would still just, at that point, you're going to be buying more bottles, so you might as well just get Mont Blanc Explorer or Club de Nuit. You won't have to apply as much, as often. So in the long run, that's going to save you more money. But if you just, honestly, just can't afford the $40 for Club de Nuit or the $50, $60, $70 for Mont Blanc, $20 ain't bad, guys. So on that, I'd give it a recommendation, but it's a very soft recommendation. Not a hard recommendation. Very soft. If I were you, I definitely would go with one of the other 2 that I'm aware of. So smells great, doesn't last, but people do like it when they can smell it. So yeah, that's it, guys. So forgive my indiscretions from a few years ago. I was just super excited and tricked myself, but still not a bad cologne for the price if you don't mind reapplying. So peace, love, be good to each other.